Well, happy Independence Day, everyone. Today is July 4th, 2022. So, happy Independence Day. I hope everyone's having a great evening. So I thought, well, isn't that appropriate, right? I thought we were due for a garden update. The last thing I ever showed on about the garden was I was just tilling it up. We have a lot of flowers and stuff going on here. So let's have a wander over towards the garden. I've been busy all weekend working on the garden and the yard and everything else. So here's where we're at this point. You can see here there's a tree I cut off that was hanging right over top of the garden, and I cut bunches of limbs off all these trees to help with getting some morning sun. And yeah, there's still some dead branches I've thrown in there. I will get to burning those eventually. So here's the garden now. Some people know that turtles have visited this garden. I have 3 spots where I believe turtles have laid their eggs, which, okay, they got in, they laid their eggs, they got out. They didn't really do anything. But on Friday, before I went to work, the wife and I found 2 rabbits in here, and that's not good. So I found a bunch of tent stakes and pegged off the whole bottom of the garden fence all the way around. What else? In the last 24 hours, I had these 2x2s. I screwed them together and attached my chicken wire to it to make an actual gate. Before, I just had the wire coming from this post over to this post and had it tied up on there. Now I have an actual gate, but shit, I wired it up and it's going to be a pain in the ass to undo. So we can go in there and have a closer look. So I will set you guys down. You can look at Purple Hull Peas for a second while I undo the gate, and then we'll go inside. Let's see what I do. Oh man, I really tied it up good. It might take a minute or so. Now, hopefully everyone is having an amazing Independence Day and had a great weekend off. Time to recuperate, time to spend with family, all that good stuff. Alright? Take some time to remember why we're celebrating this. And yes, I tried the hell out of this thing. I got the bottom off. The top. Okie dokie. I finally unwired the gate. This is the first time I actually swung it open. Well, that's much better than just a floppy piece of chicken wire laying there waiting to stab you. Yay. It took me a good hour to wire that all up. All this the rolls of chicken wire, when they came, they were wrapped closed with wire. So I just took that extra wire and wired up the fence on this section, or made this little gate. Anyways, nothing special. 4 2x2s, 4 screws, done. Wire it up, finished. So let's see, turtles. I do believe that is a turtle spot, snapping turtle. This right here, right there, is a turtle spot. Not sure what kind, maybe snapping turtle. And we have turtle tomato right there. I did put a cage around it because it's got some tomatoes on it down there, and it kind of fell over, so I had to support it. But I made sure not to poke eggs. Eggs were laid here where my foot's at. Prongs are on the sides, so should be safe. All right, so here at the top of the garden here, we planted purple hull peas. I saw Ark Wild. He had a video with a whole bowl of them that he's gonna have to deal with. So all that is purple hull peas, and all of those are purple hull peas, and beside them are potatoes. I guess before I get too far into this, I should say that I had a tray of seedlings inside the house that I was sprouting, trying to get ahead of the game. Every single one of them died except for one seedling. I was able to transplant one seedling from the tray into the garden, and that is this pepper plant. So it's doing good. So since all the seedlings died that I tried to grow beforehand, we ended up buying some plants at the store. We bought 4 tomatoes, which are these 4 here. Turtle tomato is one of them. And 4 pepper plants, which are right here. Now, everything seems to be doing really good. I mean, look at this. Here's my cup next to it. Okay, that cup holds 25 ounces. So the plant isn't very tall. But dang, look at the size of that pepper on there. And it's got a baby friend right up there. It's doing well. And if you look down inside some of these others, there's peppers. I don't know if you can see all that, but there are, well, there's flowers and stuff. There we go, there's some peppers on that one. And there's peppers hiding down in here. There it is. And tomatoes. So, but besides those 4 plants and a few extras that my daughter brought home later, everything we planted was a seed. So all the purple hull peas are from seeds. The potatoes are from seed potatoes. You can see there's still some flowers on some of these potatoes, but most of them have lost their flowers already. So yeah, a few weeks afterwards, once I planted the garden, there was, holes where things didn't come up. This was a hole right here, and so was that, and so was that. And when the kids brought plants home, we just filled in holes. So that was planted later as a plant, and that one, and this one. These tomatoes are seeds that are, oh, I mean, the plants are small, but you know, I kind of made a mistake putting them right there because I didn't expect the potatoes to grow so tall and so fast. So these tomato plants here aren't getting very much sun. It's hard for them to compete. So that gives me ideas for next year, how and where maybe I should be planting things as far as next to each other, and what might shade what, etc. Here's all the dill. It's hard to see from that angle. I mean, dill's just dill, right? But this end of the garden doesn't get as much sun. Like I said, there's all these trees here on this western side. So things grow a little more slowly down here, I noticed. But, you know, at the top of the row of dill, it's doing really good. I can smell it, and Now this spot here, there was, I planted some onions and some carrots in here. None of them came up. So on the day that my daughter brought home all these other plants to fill holes with, I came out here and I planted some carrots. And I was really anal about it too. I read the instructions and I said, okay, this far apart, this far in the dirt. And I was really anal about it. But there's some carrots growing. I've had to keep them damp. They're finicky, but I got some coming. Excuse the weeds. I didn't get them all when I weeded last time. And it's a never-ending battle, it seems. For the most part, the garden's mostly weed-free, besides, you know, randoms. Down here, along this side of the fence, I planted all cucumber seeds, and only one of them came up, and that was this one right here. All these other cucumbers were part of what the kids brought home as plants, and they're doing good. I'm trying to train them to like grow up the fence so they don't just take over everything else inside. And down here are 2 watermelons, and holy crap, it's long vine, so I'm trying to give them space as well. So this is my first garden ever. I think it's doing really well. I haven't put any fertilizer or natural mulches or anything like that in here. Nothing besides digging up the grass, which looked just like that, and then just plant shit in here, right? The corn's doing pretty good. They always say knee high by 4th of July. Well, let's see. Okay. Where's it at? That's like even with my nose. I'm about 5'6" tall, and these are getting tall. They're doing really well. I'm hoping that after this initial experiment, that the garden will be a lot better next year when I've had more time to learn about amending soil and all that kind of stuff. These onions too are things that the kids brought home. This little teeny tiny one, it's kind of overpowered by this corn right beside it, but these other ones are doing good. There's not very many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 there, but it's a start. Hey Thor, what are you doing, boy? You checking on me? Good boy. So yeah, garden's doing really good. I enjoy the time I spend out here, even though it's hot and sweaty, and you know, it's work, but it's self-inflicted, and it's almost a pleasure. And when you see a big old pepper like that on your teeny tiny plant, something's going right. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks everyone for checking out the garden update. I'm pretty happy with how it's doing. I got that wind turbine thing over there to help maybe scare off the deer or anything else. It's all metal, and it requires a bit of a heavier breeze to start turning it. But either way, there's the garden. I'm hoping my next garden update will be maybe turtles coming out. I don't know. We shall see. Happy Independence Day.